Alright guys, so today we're gonna learn about function. So before we learn about defining function, we have to understand what is a function notation. So function notation is usually written like this: f and then parentheses x. The way we read it is f of x, or f is a function of x. So you can also see like g of x or any letter, but usually the inside parentheses is x, okay, because x will be the input. And in order to evaluate function, we have to substitute a variable with the given number. So for example, if you're trying to find f of -3, right, so all you need to do is to replace x with -3. So in this case is 5 times -3 plus 1. That's gonna be f of -3. Okay, so what does this number means inside the parentheses? This is input. So if we evaluate this is gonna give you -14. -14 is your output. So function is kind of like a toaster. You insert a bread and you get out you have a toast, right? If you put it into toaster. So bread is the input, toast is the output. So let's put it into practice. Let's evaluate function. Find f of -8. All we need to do is to just replace all of the x with -8. So we did this before. It's called substitution. You can do the usual way. You use PEMDAS, right? Use PEMDAS, it's going to be -64, -72 plus 4, right? That's going to give you a big number, -132. But let's just put in a calculator, okay? So here's the calculator. We can do negative parentheses, -8 square plus, use the arrow, plus 9 times -8 plus 4. That gives you -132. So f of -8 is -132. Okay, let's try a little bit more spicy problem. What is the value of g of 3 to the nearest 10? And we have this function right here. So again, just like what I told you, we're gonna replace the x with 3, right? So this is gonna be 3. This is gonna be 3. So we can just use a calculator. Alpha y equals, enter, -3 on top, -20 in the bottom, plus square root of 3. That gives you, let's write everything down that you see in the calculator. Just 0.1642220.464. Now to the nearest 10. What does nearest 10 mean? Nearest 10 means this is to the nearest whole number, okay? This is to the nearest 10, okay? This is to the nearest 100. If you want to like continue, this is nearest 100, this is nearest 1,000, nearest 10,000, 100,000, but we want nearest 10. So if you see the number next to 1 is 6, right? Because the number 6 is greater than 5, so the 1, we're gonna bump it up. So now we have g of 3 equals 0.2, and that's your answer.